This is the official launch of Back Porch Sports with your boy Fonz and
Quan.
Let's talk about Back Porch Sports for a minute, man. All right. This is a concept that was pretty much brought on them conversations on the back porch, man. Mm-hmm. Talking about sports, life, and all that other stuff.
Right.
So what you got to add on that?
Well, the meaning of this is just, to feel comfortable talking about sports, expressing your opinions and just the way you think football should be played. And, it's just a place where, you just come and just have regular conversation that you would have with a family member or whatever.
That's big facts, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're going to be doing. So from now until we done with it,
right,
we're going to give you weekly podcasts, man. We're going to try to do what we do. One of the biggest stories that happened this week was a trade. Matthew Stafford, Goff, Rams, Lions. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm going to go ahead and be real. I think the Rams lost that trade by a long shot.
Why is that?
Okay, let's go ahead and get right into it. See, what I hear, I compiled some stats.
Okay.
From both quarterbacks. Let's go with Matthew Stafford on the first hand. Matthew Stafford. He came into the league in 2009, right?
Yep.
He was a rookie. He did reasonable for a rookie. 2009 was the year after they went 0-16, first round, first draft pick off the board and everything. Instead of going through like 11 years of stats, I'm going to give you the stat that matter.
Okay.
His career completion percentage, 62.6. He's thrown for 45,109 yards, 282 touchdowns to 144 interceptions. Career passer rating, 89.9. Right? Mm. Let's compare. Now, Goff only been in the league since 2016. All right. His completion percentage for his career, 63.4. Yeah. Been in the league 5 years. 18,171 total passing yards. Yeah. Been in the league 5 years. 107 touchdowns to 55 interceptions.
Okay.
Been in the league 5 years.
That's all right.
Career passer rating. This the one that got me. Because I was like, nah, this can't be right. Because I was going to be on the side of the Lions. Like, okay, the Lions got that. This dude, 91.5 career passer rating.
Okay.
It's 2 points. Well, I was like, okay, stats. Okay, they numbers. I'm just throwing a bunch of numbers. Then I went and dug a little deeper.
Not deeper.
Pro Bowl selections.
Okay.
Stafford one time.
Okay.
2014. Goff twice.
Okay.
2017, 2018.
Okay.
I said, okay, that's kind of marginal. Mm-hmm. Pro Bowl is like a popularity contest.
Right. Basically.
But then this way it matters. Playoffs. Stafford is career 0-3 in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. He has lost to the likes of the Saints, lost to the Cowboys, and lost to the Seahawks. I said, all right, playoffs.
All hidden teams you just named now.
It's some heavy hitters out there. Goff 2-2, 500. I'm like, nah, that can't be. Then I said, let's see who went to the Super Bowl, who didn't. Stafford has yet he has yet to get to the championship game.
Right.
Goff done been there, lost. It was on some cheese. Don't get me wrong, that terrible no call against the Saints.
Yeah,
that was tough.
It was,
but he got there.
Fans right there in the eyes.
Oh God, it was ugly. It was crazy. Career passer rating, we already went through that. And I said, well, let me break it down. Time you've been in the league. You know what I'm saying? Now, Goff got a small sample size, only been there since 2016. Currently, he has a 47-33 win-loss record.
Say that number again?
47 wins, 33 losses.
Okay.
For a career, Matthew Stafford, take a wild guess.
Probably 20 for 40.
No.
Worse?
79 and 112 career wins. And then, you know what? One might say, okay, Stafford been in the league longer. So, I took it down. I even broke it down to how long Goff been in the league. 5 years. Over that 5 year span, the Detroit Lions record since Jared Goff was drafted, 32-47. One playoff appearance. And that was an L versus the Seahawks. Mm-hmm. So that's why I really feel like the Lions kind of won that trade.
Okay.
And the Rams kind of lost. Now, there's other outliers in there like coaching and all that stuff. Sean McVay, he all right, but we forget who drafted Jared Goff. It wasn't Sean McVay. Mm-hmm. It was Jeff Fisher, quarterback killer. Mm-hmm. Like, honestly, Goff would not be who he is if it wasn't for my dude, what's his name? The coach of that team, Sean McVay. So I really feel like, small sample size, but, if you break it down, the Rams lost that. And then not to mention, they've been giving up a lot of real estate over the past few years. Look what they had to give to get my man, Jalen Ramsey.
Yep.
They had to give up a lot. So I welcome your take on that.
Well, let me first I'll say your stats is pretty good. Did your little research. Now, me personally, career stats really isn't my foreplay. Just because if a player decides to play better, do better, his career stats will improve. His pass rating will improve. Those things can be improved because it's through average. It's through what you do season by season. So if you play better, your career stats look better, and you look more of an official player. So now my position on this is has altered through time. At first, I was like, I kind of like Matthew Stafford going to the Rams just because I feel like he's been stuck in Detroit all his career. Who haven't? Okay, let's be honest. Now, the AFC, most of the time, is about offense. We can score all day. Score. We always got the offensive power. AFC is mostly known for their defense. Their offense.
Right.
Now, you can get to the NFC side, and you got to play Aaron Rodgers, and you got to play Drew Brees, and you got to play Tom Brady, who just got over there, and you got to play Russell Wilson. And, quarterbacks that can dot you up, you need a defense.
True.
You need a mixture of offense and defense.
Right. So,
I feel like, okay, Matthew Stafford, who has been a solid, quarterback throughout his career, to me anyways, looking at, the comparable numbers between Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford, the Rams, neither team really lost anything because the numbers are so comparable.
Right. I get you
that. They really didn't really lose anything. Now, as far as the real estate they put up to get Matthew Stafford, maybe not so much of a good idea. Just because you got a lot of faith in an aging quarterback. You gave up 3 first rounds and a few other mid-round picks. Now, I don't think that's the smartest thing to do, but at the same time, I still feel like Matthew Stafford is the more solid quarterback. You look at his numbers, he threw 4,084 yards, had a 64 completion rating, which is above average. The touchdown interception ratio was 26-10. He was a top 15 quarterback. Wasn't too far, and less than 300 yards away from being a top 10 QB. And he had a 96% passer rating. I like that. Now Jared Goff, same exact things. Now these numbers are very comparable. 3,952 yards this season. A 67 completion rating. So his completion rating was a little better. But just look at what Jared Goff have over there in Los Angeles. Cooper Kupp may not be able to stay healthy, but when he is healthy, he's, a top, at least top, I'll give him top 7 receiver in the league. Mm-hmm. His touchdown interception ratio was 2013 and had a passer rating of 90%. He ranked number 14. Only thing I don't like about Jared Goff is his interceptions throughout 31 games. 29 interceptions in 39 games, which ranks 29th in a 2-year span. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't think you can win games throwing that many interceptions in 31 games. But rather than that, man, I really think, Matthew Stafford might be able to do something. You gave him a defense who is hungry, who wants to win now. The Rams in a win-now situation, being that they done gave up so much real estate. They have so many stars on that defense, Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, and others who, they got to pay them boys in the next 2 years. And I feel like they're in a win-now situation. And Matthew Stafford has probably been itching to get to an NFC championship game. So
at least get past the wild card round. I'm just
at
saying.
least,
I don't think he's ever got past the wild card round.
I just feel like you can't do nothing. As a quarterback, you need a team. You need a team as a quarterback. It's nobody. This is not a LeBron James. This is not basketball. You don't only need 2 stars. You don't need an AD to make it to the championship. Mm-hmm. You need a defense who can at least stop the run, contain the passer, and you need an offense. You need a run game. You need some receivers, some decent receivers, and Matthew Stafford really hasn't had that since Megatron left. Mm-hmm. And I feel like if the Lions, the Lions really haven't been relevant as far as playoffs anyway. Matthew Stafford is probably the only valuable piece of merchandise that got in Detroit, really. Mm. So, he can't do it by himself. So, I'm kind of balanced. Jared Goff, it most likely isn't going to be successful in Detroit unless they do some real good rebuilding, which I'm hearing that they got a new coaching staff. Yeah, they're getting rid of some expatriate signings that Matt Patricia brought from New England. So they are in the rebuilding. I don't see Jared Goff going into the playoffs this first season. It might take a little while. It sucks for him because he actually is a decent quarterback. He's solid. I like his grit for the game.
Yeah, I like his toughness. Dude played with a broke hand.
Yeah.
And won. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, Rams defense was playing lights out. Mm-hmm. And, and then it was Russell Wilson, who I will get on shortly. But, in the case about Matthew Stafford, I'm like, dude, you really haven't done anything.
I feel like, I dislike the trade because of the real estate the Rams, gave up for a Matthew Stafford. Now, if they would have got they would have gave up a 3rd round, maybe a few 5th rounds. Okay, all right, I can see that. But 3 first-round picks for 2020, 2023, and another one for another year. I understand you got the first-rounders, but hey, don't give them up for an aging quarterback.
How many times? Do you know how many years that they set that franchise back? It's been going on since 2019. Granted, they traded for some really solid elite pieces. Like, I don't even like using the word elite because that's like a term that's being thrown around. just about anybody that played really well. You know what I'm saying? But they gave up a lot to build this Rams team. And I'm looking not just in the now, because you said they ain't a win now moment. I'm looking maybe about 5 years down the road. You have a 30-year-old quarterback, over 30.
Yeah.
That has some injury concerns. Let's not forget about that. You know, sure, he's thrown for like 4,900 yards and stuff. But what did that give him? His main target, Calvin Johnson, and it's on record, he left and retired because he got tired of coming up short. Mm-hmm. You're in the division with Aaron Rodgers. The Bears, when their defense was clicking. The Vikings, when when they're doing something like, Matthew Stafford was in the same division with Adrian Peterson.
The only way you can win that division if you beat Aaron Rodgers twice.
You have to. Now, granted, it has happened, but
not likely.
It ain't likely. You ain't gonna just go in there and say we'll beat Aaron Rodgers this year. That ain't gonna happen. I've seen Aaron Rodgers do some miraculous things in that division, but you gotta look at it from the totality of it. Like, it cannot end this way. And my biggest fear for the Rams is why I say they lost this trade is that they gave up so much. And yet, in the long run, all of this is going to come back to bite them. Yeah. They're going to be sitting there looking, man, we should have kept Jared Goff. Man, we should have took them picks that we gave up to get Stafford and get some help around here.
Because now Lions in a situation where they can actually compete now because they have some good picks. Only thing you have to do now is just do your job as a scouter and make sure that you bring some elite players to Detroit. Build around a young quarterback who isn't known for throwing a lot of interceptions, has a decent passer rating.
Exactly.
And can just work on his turnover ratio. Hey, Detroit
is up. It's up, man, because I'm not going to say they're going to challenge for that division right away.
Not right away. Maybe next year.
Maybe.
As far as 2022. 2022.
Maybe the year after.
But I don't know. You never know.
As long as you got Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, like, I don't see that changing unless something catastrophic happens up in Green Bay. Like, something bad got to happen. I don't wish injury on nobody, but Aaron Rodgers got to get injured. And then you still got to think about the Bears, who they're kind of in flux right now. But, it was a point in time they was contending for that division. You got the Vikings, who've been to the playoffs and won. Both times against the Saints on some cheese, but both times against the Saints. So, for me, it's like, as far as their success happening now, I give it a couple of years. And then, too, Jared Goff is still kind of young. I think him and Patrick Mahomes right around the same age.
Somewhere around
the same age. So, I give them a couple of years. But the Rams, I'm sad to say.
Depends.
It looks good now.
Yeah.
Because, we got Stafford. Y'all forgot Stafford had Megatron. So now if you work out or finagle some way to pull Calvin Johnson out of retirement so they can get that groove back, that franchise is going to be hampered for in the foreseeable future. I really hope I'm proven wrong, though, because on paper it looked like a good trade. On paper.
Yeah.
But when you dig in the guts, when you get down in the meat of that doggone plate and see that turkey ain't done, what you gonna do with that plate? You ain't gonna keep it.
Nah, you gonna throw it away.
You gonna throw it away. You gonna throw it away. Oh man, but I mean that one. If we could put a pin note in that one, just to see how that's gonna turn out. But in other pressing news, there is a big game up on the horizon. This game, I swear, this is the biggest game in the last few years. You have the baby goat versus the goat in the Super Bowl. And I laugh when I say that because, but you got them coming up. Tom Brady, fresh out of New England, went down to Tampa Bay where it's hot.
Nice and warm.
It's nice and warm with some water and the beaches and stuff. SeaWorld and all the Disney World, all that stuff down there in Florida. He said, I'm going to Florida.
Mm-mm.
He said, I'm going to go in there and do what Jameis Winston couldn't do. Granted, they were 8-8 last year. I mean, boy,
if you take away half of his interceptions, because most of Jameis Winston interceptions came late in game.
Right.
If you take away half of his interceptions, they'd have made the playoffs. But nevertheless,
and the crazy part is he threw 30, but at least 15 of them weren't his fault. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the home team,
the first team ever to host the
are
Super Bowl.
hosting the Super Bowl. That sounds like a fluke. That sounds like a plan. That sounds like something going on. But hey, I don't get paid to make that decision. I mean, the NFL has been doing some screwy stuff. Well, wow.
I got my eyeballs on
I'm watching it. I got my eye on you, bro. We got a big game coming up on Sunday. The Thriller in Manila. The brawl for it all.
Two gunslingers.
Ooh. Two of arguably the baddest men on the planet
today. Yep. The
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You got, for the first time ever, a team in the Super Bowl hosting the Super Bowl.
Which is a fluke. Come on, y'all.
It's a fluke. It's fluky. It's fluky, but you got to give them the credit. They earned.
Listen, they ain't even supposed to beat the Packers, but nevertheless.
But we ain't gonna get in that scenario.
We ain't gonna get into that because I'm a little salty about that game. Still, I got a bad taste in my mouth.
I really wanted Rodgers to go against that Kansas City defense.
Man, been to Super Bowl since 45 and he beat us, sadly, which is the Steelers.
Yeah,
but we ain't gonna talk about that either. But anyways,
that's not
Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes are one of the best if not the top two best quarterbacks in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tom Brady is on his 10th appearance in the Super Bowl.
10.
And he's at home in Florida.
Which is crazy.
Warm weather, no rain, no cold weather. It's going to be nice and warm out there for them boys.
Pretty.
The ball out. Pretty sight. Everybody going to be there maybe due to COVID. But
somebody can get their fops right.
I really think it's going to be a good game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But.
Oh, boy. Here it go. That's what I've been waiting on.
So, I want to really touch on the main matchups or the keys to the game. Here's the keys.
Handle it.
I'm going to start off with the Bucs because I think the Bucs going to win it. Sadly, I'm not a big Tom Brady fan. But when you know what you know, when Tom Brady go to the bowl, 9 times out of 10, that man walk out with a win, and that rhyme. But
unless it's the New York Giants.
Twice. Or the Chicago Bears, I'm not mistaken.
No.
It was the Bears?
It was the Giants or the Eagles. Unless you a team in the NFC East, he's lost 3 times in the NFC East Super Bowl.
Yeah. But, okay, so for the Bucs, that's how you beat the Chiefs. Okay. First off, you got to keep the pocket clean for Tom Brady. If you keep the pocket clean for Tom Brady, Antonio Brown, Gronk, Mike Evans, and the rest of them going to do their job, and you going to pay if you don't pressure Tom Brady. Period.
Most definitely.
That's on the offense. I ain't going to get into the defense right now. I'm going to go to the offense on the Chiefs side.
Okay.
With the Chiefs, now they got a few injuries on the offensive line. I really think it's going to be kind of tough for Patrick Mahomes to really... Because, okay, Patrick Mahomes is most dangerous outside of the pocket. He goes from human to hero when he goes outside.
Boy, dangerous inside, too.
Inside, but really with Tyreek Hill running all around the field, he's really dangerous when he's outside the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So, due to injuries to the offensive line, and they just had 2 other players out due to COVID, I really think if they really start fast, depending on who receives the ball first, because if the Buccaneers receive the ball first, I would say run the ball. You got to make sure you keep Mahomes on the sideline.
Most definitely.
That's the only way you're going to really go tit for tat, because it's going to be a blow for blow type of game.
Oh, man.
Whoever gets the most important 2 stops of the game is going to win.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, if a team go and they stop them, the defense stop them, and they score, if they don't score and the team go back and score, that's the winner of the Super Bowl. That's how I see it, because if you give Tom Brady a lead, you're not going to get the ball back. You're not going to win the game. If you give Patrick Mahomes the lead, you most likely ain't going to come back from that either. So,
nope.
I really think Chiefs need to start off fast if they receive the ball first and try to keep Mahomes clean as well, because both quarterbacks are really, really dangerous if you don't put pressure on them. Now, with Mahomes, you can't be blitzing him all different types of ways.
Man, listen.
He's the best
yes, sir,
quarterback against the blitz. Some of y'all may think Aaron Rodgers is, but statistically, it is Patrick Mahomes.
As Shannon Sharp would say, Patrick Mahomes, boy. Let me tell you something about this here. Well, I'm going to tell you why I think the Chiefs going to win this here. Yeah, it's at Tampa Bay. Lucky draw. All right. To echo some of your points, Patrick Mahomes is deadly against the blitz. He gets the ball out quickly. Also, Patrick Mahomes is mobile. He is more mobile than what people give him credit for. So he knows how to extend that play.
He is.
Granted, his old line is a little decimated.
Yeah, he lost some
big
keys.
He still got his primary weapons. I'm a stickler for weapons. You got Tyreek Hill. Bad man. Good God.
Yeah.
He
just speed.
He reminds me so much of an early AB. Is not even funny. As far as speed and route running is concerned. AB just had the hands. If you
route running,
he knows how to. It's like he knows where to be at.
Is it? But okay,
when he see his man, let me paint the picture. Picasso had the paint. He had the blue and the yellow and the green and the purple, and he painted it. And then you got impressionism. But anyway, when you go and just look at the tape, Don't worry about the highlights. Look at that. I think it's the all 32. Watch Tyreek Hill. When Mahomes starts scrambling to the left or scrambling to the right, he knows how to get open. Who else did that? For Big Ben Roethlisberger.
Amen.
Who else did that?
A and a B.
Hated that nigga. Excuse my French, America, but when I get to talking about that, I get kind of warm because he broke my heart many times. But anyway, and then too, you got this big burly dude that wears number 87. I mean, Gronk, bad man. Kelsey, bad man.
Yeah. Gronk can't run the route tree like Kelsey can.
Nah, because Gronk was always using the seam. He always run that straight line, the seam, boom. But he always got over.
You can't tackle him.
It's like trying to tackle that tank. And like the tank full of water is about 450 pounds. Right? It's like
especially if
he
get in the secondary. Oh God, no.
He get up and he was always open, and Gronk had hands, and he's physical.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like with Kelsey, Kelsey is not as physical, but he knows how to get open.
He just do his job.
He does his job.
And keep it moving.
He catches and keep it moving. Like, dude, I'm a huge fan of Travis Kelce. He done put a bullet in my heart a few times, but I'm a fan of Travis Kelce because I like the way he played the game. I like how he played. Mahomes is not easily rattled. Only one team I seen do it, and it was a fluke. And that was the Raiders this past season. Because I turned to the game, I was like, no. You know what I'm saying? You know how you look at something? Like, nah, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was. And I really don't see the Chiefs missing the beat, even with the pieces that they're missing. But they're missing offensive line. Chiefs still got a good run game. Them two running backs. What's that boy name? That rookie, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and the other cat, the Williams dude.
Oh, thought you was gonna say something.
Oh no, I ain't gonna put that one in there. No.
Okay. Okay.
Nah, I ain't gonna give you that one. Nah.
Okay.
Because he ain't really see much PT since he been there.
Nobody ain't falling for that freeze.
Nah, he
no more.
His time is over.
Got too many injuries.
And then
didn't he get hurt again?
I think he got hurt.
He hurt now, right?
But see, he really. I mean, now granted, he works well in the pass game. He works well, but I mean that's just going off my memory of him in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
but I don't see him really being a stone cold factor.
He can be. Just depends on
the
what
scenario.
Their game plan is
exactly
for this game. Now, going back to that offensive line, which I feel like you just brushed it off a little bit.
Oh, I didn't get to it yet.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I mean, they got, I think, what was it, starting right tackle, left tackle, one on?
Yeah, but I
hurt.
I was going to go into what the Buccaneers have on that defensive line. That's going to cause a lot of, function in the junction when it come down to the offensive line. Okay, you got JPP, Jason Pierre-Paul out there, who is a veteran. Look, if you really look at the Buccaneers, they are full of veteran guys.
True.
Full of guys that know the game of ball. You go to the Chiefs, they're kind of young, which is good. But if you look at the Buccaneers from the inside out, they really got veteran guys out there. That's Mike Evans ain't never been to the bowl before Tom Brady got there.
No.
Antonio Brown been itching for a bowl.
True that.
He could have had one, but nevertheless, he been itching for the bowl.
Could have had a couple of them, but
Gronk, he just enjoying the ride. He already know what it is. That's why he keep coming out of retirement to go to Tom Brady, which is, anyways. But those guys are veterans, though. And I feel like you got Ndamukong Suh, who is the same defensive tackle. I'm sorry, Aaron Rodgers just stepped on his little can. And here Aaron Rodgers. And you got Jason Pierre-Paul, who is well known and was a beast when he was with the Giants and is showing himself again now with the Bucs, even though he had a little setback a few years ago with that firework incident with his hand or whatever. Mm-hmm. I guess the hand is back to normal. I guess it got all 5 fingers. I don't know. But he's playing good ball. And I just think they can really stop the run. Mm-hmm. They can stop the run. Mm-hmm. They got Devin White, who's full of speed, who was maybe a little underneath Devin Bush as far as speed, like a few seconds.
Also coming off an injury.
Okay. But I really think the Buccaneers are going to win this bowl due to how hungry they are. I don't think the Chiefs really got the grit to really beat them guys. I'm not too sold on a defense. It's really just an offensive game to me. But, I mean, everybody has their own personal opinion. I know it's going to be a good game. I'm not saying they're going to lose badly. I'm not saying nobody's going to get blown out because it's not going to be a blowout game.
That type of game.
But I got the Bucs winning it by a TD.
Okay. All right. Let me go back and echo on some of your points. You said that Tampa Bay got a bunch of vets. So basically 30-somethings.
Yeah.
On their defense.
Early 30s.
Devin White, he a baller, don't get me wrong. But he, like I said, he coming off an injury or whatever. I just have this sneaking suspicion that regardless of what Patrick Mahomes lost on his offensive line, I still feel like he's going to carve them boys up. I'm going to tell you why. Now, he was just in the Super Bowl a year ago. Mm-hmm. Against the 49ers. Against the 49ers. 49ers, I think they had a pretty good defense.
Not good enough.
Now, you just sung the praises
not good
of
enough
the
for Patrick Mahomes.
You sung the
Hold
on, let me finish.
I'll
let you spew, let me spew.
Okay, go ahead.
You just sung the praises of the 49ers defense in the last segment.
You right.
Oh, they got some first round talent out there.
They do.
Now, granted, Mahomes got down 10. He was down 10 into the fourth quarter.
What's 10 to a high-powered offense?
Oh. You was making my point. What's 10 to a high-powered offense? I don't see them losing. I don't even see Mahomes starting off the way he did last year. I don't see it.
Well, just be prepared for all the fluke. Now, don't get me wrong.
It's gonna be some flim flam in this bowl now.
Now, don't get me wrong. Y'all understand my point of view, okay? I despise Tom Brady. All right, I really do.
You should hear some of the stuff that we talked about on the back porch about this dude.
I truly want. Now, you got to understand the want and the knowing. Okay, I want Tom Brady to lose this bowl because, I mean, godly. I mean, he's been in the doggone Super Bowl almost every other year, if not every year. I'm tired of seeing this man hold a Lombardi trophy every other year.
For the past 20 years.
I mean, come on, man. But
before you go forward, let me give you a point right quick to help accentuate your point. Since 2001, it's been Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, and Joe Flacco once to come out of the AFC. Let's just put that salt right there. Go ahead.
But, like, getting back to what I was saying, you know, I really want Tom Brady to lose this. Not because, I mean, I don't hate the man. I just dislike some of the things, you know,
somebody stand for.
You know. But, you know what I'm saying? I just think he ain't got nothing else to prove. I mean, godly, you got six Super Bowl rings.
By himself.
More than tied for my franchise. And
it's crazy.
And that's for a franchise.
It's crazy. One man did 70 years of work.
I mean, for a franchise, dude. Come on, man.
Oh my God.
I mean, what else do you have to prove? You are never going to be forgotten for the things that you have done. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate him. I respect him. It's a love-hate relationship between me and Tom Brady. He would never understand. But, you know what I'm saying? You know, I respect this game. He's a system quarterback.
I'll be doggone.
He is. I mean, but anyways, I want him to lose the Super Bowl, but I just don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening. I'm sorry, Chiefs. If you win it, I'm going to be proud to say that the Chiefs, you know, won it, even though, you know, godly, you know, my team's supposed to be in there, but, you know.
Oh, no.
Chiefs, you know what I'm saying? If you win
we're not going to skip by like you just say that crazy mess.
Chiefs,
we'll talk about that later, though.
Chiefs, hope you win it. I hope you win it. But I know that you're not going to win it. Anyways.
Well, I know the Chiefs going to win this year.
Good luck. It's going to be a good game. I don't even know whether I really want to watch this game or not. I just feel like I'm going to be upset.
Even in the playoffs, like I sat there and watched the Chiefs. I had to know what makes them so special. What makes them so special? Can't nobody touch them.
It's their speed too.
They have speed.
It's that speed.
They have the right combination of speed and physicality.
Yeah. I mean,
that has not been matched yet since Mahomes took over the job.
And the NFL is actually playing catch up to these guys.
I mean real talk.
Because as far as the AFC goes, I don't know who the NFC playing catch up to, but truly,
everybody's gearing up to beat the Chiefs.
Basically, I mean, these guys have took over the league
by storm. They're like the new age Patriots. I'm just being real.
So,
but
it's gonna be a good game.
But big ups to Andy Reid though, man. Like I can't even end the segment without even saying big ups to Andy Reid. Like when he was in Philly, he really couldn't get over the hump. He get to the Chiefs, it looked kind of shaky in the beginning, but you saw something brewing.
Right. Got him right.
He got him right, and it worked like clockwork when this dude got Mahomes, man.
Yeah, the moral of the story, who will win the game? I mean, I truly really don't care, but.
Well, my prediction is 36-33 Chiefs.
I'm going to go 30-27 Bucks.
Okay, both of us got 3 points. 3 points. So we'll see. And so what we're going to do is at the day after the Super Bowl, we're going to hit this up again and see what happens. See how our predictions came out to be. I honestly think it's going to be a really good game, though, because everybody's clamoring for that offensive game.
Yeah.
Because, the past few Super Bowls pretty much been won on defense.
Right. Yeah, and the Buccaneers got the better defense, to me.
They do. I give you that. They got the better defense, but the Chiefs got the better offense.
Thank you for listening to our first podcast of the year. Something that we have been talking about, and we put it in motion. We just said, take a chance or whatever.
And even though we got, social media and all that good stuff, if you have any comments, tell us if you like the podcast. Tell us if you don't like the podcast. Tell us if you want us to do something different. Or even if you want to give us a topic.
Right.
Our email is backporchsports20@gmail.com.
Our social media is _ as far as Instagram, Backporch Sports. Facebook is the same thing, Backporch Sports. Twitter is Backporch Sports 1. And like I said, just give us that feedback, man. We definitely would need that feedback. It'll be posted on all platforms eventually. May not be able to touch on all of them as far as like Apple Music and stuff like that, but
we're going to get out there.
Yeah, we're going to get out there.
We're going to get out there.
We'll definitely have a link so that you may want to share the podcast. Rather than that, man, we thank you for listening and look forward to getting back on.